On the Fiat 124 Spider, one of the easiest maintenance items is replacing the fuel filter. It sits just ahead of the carburetor in the engine compartment, but let your car sit overnight so the gasoline will drain down out of the filter and you'll less likely spill it on your hands. I like to use the large plastic style filter that's clear so you can see the fuel flow through it. It's got a 5/16 inch inlet and a 5/16 inch outlet, and they also stamp an arrow on the side of the housing so that you can see the way the fuel will flow through it, down from the fuel pump underneath, through the filter element, and out to your carburetor. The other cool thing about these plastic elements is that they have a white plastic top, so you can write on that. It's got the space for the mileage or for the date, and that'll help you with your service interval. Now, you really should do the fuel filter about every 10,000 miles, or maybe use 3 oil changes as a good rule of thumb. Also, if you see the elements very dirty, you should change it then, certainly. Now, just ahead of the carburetor, you can see where it is down underneath. Use your screwdriver. Now, you can also use a 6mm socket or wrench on that because it is a hex head, and just loosen that up and release the clamp. Now, you'll want to slide the clamp up the tubing so that you can slide it back down again when you're done. If the tubing's a little tight, grab it with a pair of pliers and hold the filter and wiggle the hose, or hold the hose and wiggle the filter, and that way it'll sort of break it loose. Do the same on the bottom. Loosen the clamp, slide it down the hose, and then grab the filter and twist it back and forth to pull it up off the fuel line and get it up out of the way. Remember how clean the new filter looks inside? Well, this is how they look after 12,000 miles. And get a few rust particles jammed in there, I think. The filter has a little bulge cast in the inlet and the outlet tube, and you want to get your clamp to sit behind that when you clamp the hose in to make a really good seat. Back in the engine compartment, we're going to push the filter down on the lower fuel line that comes up from the fuel pump, and then slide your clamp up and get it very close to the filter body above that bulge on the inlet, and turn it around so you can get your screwdriver blade on there. Tighten it down very snugly. On the top of the filter, it's going to be the same thing. Push that hose on that comes from the carburetor, slide the clamp down, and remember, get it very close to the filter body. You want to get it behind that cast-in bulge before you tighten it up. Then just snug it right down. Now we're going to want to start the car up and check those connections for leaks, but please don't do that indoors. If you've been working inside, push the car outside and just crank it up as though you're going to start it. Because the fuel filter is empty, you're going to have to crank it for a while to have that mechanical fuel pump fill the filter and let the car start. This is an easy maintenance item that you really should do every 10,000 miles. So take good care of your Fiat Spider. They're a lot of fun, and you've got places to go.